Hey y'all, Sean with South Texas Fur Traders here. Today we're going to talk about these amend2 6.5 Grendel magazines. So amend2, I have some of their 5.56 magazines. Polymer magazine 5.56 has been great so far, so I figured why not give these 6.5 Grendels a try. I was super excited about the polymer. I love polymer magazines. They don't rust. I mean, they're more aesthetically pleasing to me. No one's been able to do it so far because of the fact that the polymer is thicker lips and these Grendel casings are thicker. So it's not feasible to make a double stack magazine that fits inside of your AR Magwell. Well, Amend figured it out. What they did was these are single stack for these first couple rounds, and then it opens up into a double stack. Seemed like a good idea. So this is a 10 round magazine in the same size as a 20 round magazine if you had a 5.56 or a double stack steel Grendel magazine. First impressions, it's built pretty well, and that's about all I can say for it so far. So took it out, did some shooting at the range. Didn't have a lot of issues at the range, but I didn't pack it full because I was breaking in the barrel, so I'd put in 3, 4, 5 rounds at a time. What I've come to find is this guy functions really well with 5 rounds. Any more than that, and it likes to jam. And the issues I've seen with it is, I don't know if you can see in here, but you can see that round tip is nosing into the corner. So this is a full 10 round. So when you go to eject the shell, it jams into that corner. If you squeeze, it straightens up. You can pop that sucker right out. But the Magwell does not, on my AR-15s, does not pinch it enough to feed. And once you see, still jamming in the corner there. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So after that, she starts to feed pretty good. Those were open tip rounds. Here are some tipped rounds. Hornadies. This is another full magazine. First one, second one, jams there in the corner. Squeeze it, push, hold it in the center. It feeds great. It feeds fast. Thing is, it feeds so fast, this would not feed a single round into my bolt action. I have a Ruger Ranch 6.5 Grendel. Wouldn't feed a single round out of this magazine. Terrible. Terrible for bolt action. Runs decent with 5 rounds. Anything over 5 rounds, those rounds tend to push into the corner. They don't feed well. So this one right here, 5 rounds. Feeds okay. As far as loading them goes, if you can see in here, there is a little lip right there. So you put the round just in front of the lip, push down, load it up. People have complained about it being kind of hard to load. The 8th, 9th, and 10th rounds get a little tough, but if you get it in that right spot, it's pretty easy to load. So as far as functionality goes, 5 rounds, these seem to work pretty good. But for me personally, if I'm going to run a magazine that's the size and the bulk of a 20 round and I can only use 5 rounds, it's not really worth it to me. I like the idea. If they would extend out something in here to keep that round from moving, I think that would solve the problem. So maybe a Gen 2 is something to look forward to. And if they come out with a Gen 2 and they say they fixed that problem, I will more than happy to get a couple magazines. I bought 4 here just to make sure I didn't get one that was bad and was a fluke or anything like that. And I was trying real hard to get some OD green ones to match one of my rifles, but I'm glad I didn't waste the money now. I have some footage through my thermal. I had a group of hogs come out. I was running it was a Duramax, I think, the Sea Products Defense magazine. 10 round magazines, I like those. I have had 0 issues with the Sea Products Defense. Got on a group of hogs, ran all 10 rounds out, walked back to the truck to get another magazine, said, hey, I'm going to try one of these. Grabbed it, walked back to my tripod, looked out. The 2 hogs that got away had come back out. So the video after this, I'll show you with me running through the thermal. First round goes off. Second round, jam. Third round, jam. Run their bolt again, jam. And then finally, after I got down to where, and I think I only had 8 rounds in it. So after I'd kicked out all those rounds, I got down to where there was 4 or 5 rounds left in the magazine, and it started shooting. But by then it was too late. So, my personal opinion, save your money, wait for a Gen 2, and hopefully they will address that problem of those rounds nosing into the corner there. As you can see, this one's only got 5 in it, so the magazine doesn't swell, and with all the double stacked rounds being in the bottom, it doesn't swell and it doesn't kick that round over. When it swells is when you have the problems. So these, there's only 2 rounds in there. They feed decent. This one's got 5 in there. You can see, it's not nosed into the corner. I can push it into the corner and it still pops out enough. It doesn't do that, and it wants to feed. And there's your 5 rounds. So they work decent as 5-round magazines, but like I said, I'm not going to pay the money for a 5-round magazine and have the bulk of a 20-round magazine. But I guess I'll keep them just to load 5 rounds in them, get me out of a pinch. But that's my take on these magazines. Like I said, for the money and the grendel, those C Products Defense have been great. The E-landers, they didn't feed well for me in my AR, and I have a couple ASCs that were decent. Haven't really had any issues with those. It seems like the springs wear out a little faster than those. But for my money, C Products works great in my bolt gun also. So I would say that's the way to go for now, and hopefully we see a Gen 2. But I'm going to put up that video, so check it out and let me know in the comments what you think. You can check me on Instagram at South Texas Fur Takers. And that's about it, guys. So if I got some shirts and some hats and things like that, hats like these, South Texas Fur Takers hats. I got fitted, snapbacks, shirts. Shoot me a DM on Instagram if you want one, and we'll get you fixed up. But till next time.